Dad, can I tell you something?
Yes, of course, sweetheart.
What's up?
I'm dating someone.
What's his name?
Her name is Sarah. I'm straight.
Okay.
What did you just say?
No, let's not. Let's
Carol,
just come.
What did you just say?
I'm
He
straight.
said he's straight, so let's just all breathe through this.
No son of mine
Okay.
will be straight.
Here's the thing: when you're young, you experiment.
You don't-
And
yeah,
there's
this is
things
a
that you-
phase.
I love you no matter. Honey.
No, I'm not doing this.
Okay. What do you think of Celine Dion? Are you just done with her?
I don't know.
He doesn't know about Celine Dion anymore. This is tough.
You know, maybe you're just not a bottom.
Yeah, sweetheart, you should just try one time being a top. Tonight, we will all sit on the couch. We'll watch, what should we watch? We'll watch,
Hairspray.
Hairspray. We can, as a family, just scroll through.
He's our son. He's not my son.
He just needs some time.
Now imagine what's going to happen when they find out he's eating beef liver. Wow. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name's LukeUnfilteredDotCom here of WeAreChange.org, and there's a lot of absolutely crazy and wild news to get into on the first day of 2024 that is going just as expected, as of course a lot of people are expecting turbulence, craziness, and shenanigans, and they're absolutely right, as of course now we have another effort to censor one of the biggest, best comedians in modern day history, as of course the cancel mob isn't really that powerful, and that comedian is becoming more popular than ever. We're going to be talking about that, plus all the latest news here on this independent media broadcast. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you can get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. And the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast was done by, I don't know who did this, but this is a brilliant skit. It was highlighted on Instagram at Kendall Landrith. You could see it here embedded within the video. If this is the original creators of them, please go check them out, follow them, because this is brilliant comedic satire work that the world definitely needs more of. As this video has people asking if it's staged, as fiction is not too far from reality, and this video is hilarious because it's mainly true. As of course perfectly highlighted by Dave Chappelle, who we are going to be talking about in just a little bit. And in other news today, we of course have the developments of a 7.4 magnitude earthquake that just happened in Japan, with some people saying this is a perfect analogy to start off 2024, as the search for missing people there now has just started and the devastation is still being fully calculated. This as already there was 80 tremors felt from this earthquake, as more of them are expected to happen, highlighting an important moment to just how precious and fragile life is, as at any time a natural disaster or a human disaster could happen that could take away this precious gift that we were all given, as in places inside of the United States like Portland, Oregon, your life could be taken because of fecal matter that's being distributed all over the streets there through their woke liberal policies. As the crap crisis in Portland, Oregon has triggered a bacterial outbreak that is normally found in third world countries. This, as sanitation, clean streets, and a healthy way of life always takes a back step in order to push woke ESG, diverse, equity, and inclusive policies that don't amount to the crap that is littered in the streets of many of these liberal bastions. This is now a highly contagious bacteria called Shigella is spreading all throughout Portland, when, it's normally found in sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia due to their incredibly poor sanitation efforts, as neighboring states like California that also deal with a lot of these leftist policies are literally dealing with states of emergencies because of a hepatitis outbreak. This, as there was even some reports of airborne hepatitis at Venice Beach, as the situation in those states is definitely going to be made worse by the very democratic politicians that created the situation and are only securing their positions of power by importing more people in this country who will always vote for them. This, as it's not only dirty streets that people have to deal with, but of course also violent crime that is on the rise, as the politicians corporations seek to, of course, fix this problem by stealing more of your money and wasting it away, as the mayor of Chicago just called for reparations in order to, quote, somehow reduce the violent crime in a place that many people now call Chirac. But don't worry, as society literally decays all around us, as sicknesses, illnesses, and mental disorders spread all around us, don't worry. ABC News has you covered with what you should be concerned about. And that, of course, is how white people migrated and moved around 170 plus years ago. Yes, you heard that correctly. NBC News just highlighted and prominently promoted a new study showing how white people moving around after the Civil War was somehow a form of institutional racism. Again, just absolute nonsensical, absolutely pointless garbage, word vomit from an organization that is supposed to be representing important news for the American people to understand, to quantify, as they have been fully anointed into the woke cult promoting racist, divisive nonsense and crap that is meant to sow division and chaos in our society. And that's one reason out of many reasons why I created LukeUnfilteredDotCom, where now we have created a new tier where you could sign up for just $8 a month. Yes, just $8 a month, and you get exclusive access to content and special video reports that are only available for members of LukeUnfiltered.com, as now an $8 a month membership gets you access to a lot of some of the really incredible offers of value that we have available to you. As of course, there's a lot of things that we cannot talk about here on this particular broadcast. We could talk about them on our own members area, where of course we connect individuals together, give you special news reports, answer your questions, and help you find like-minded individuals as we are growing and expanding our independent media operation. And one of the best ways to be a part of it is, of course, through signing up to LukeUnfiltered.com, which now you could do for as low as $8 a month. This says, of course, every member gets to call into our show. We're going to be doing a very special show later on this Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday, as we have some really incredible guests coming in studio for a live 2-hour broadcast that is absolutely going to be spectacular and amazing. As, of course, members of LukeUnfiltered.com get the ability to call in, get special news reports almost every single day, and more importantly, get to be a part of this independent media organization more than ever. As, of course, now it just costs you $8 a month to sign up. As, of course, signing up, it's quick, it's easy, it's simple. Click the link right now in the description. Go to LukeUnfiltered.com. Click right here, and then just put in your information very quickly. You get emailed back, log in, and you get access to 10 years plus of content, behind the scenes video, only available for members of LukeUnfiltered.com. As of course, there's always a list of new, spicy, tumultuous, and crazy things that are just not too friendly to say on YouTube. As of course, I would say Dave Chappelle's new Netflix special called The Dreamer is definitely one of those things, as there are now some clips on social media showing the start of this comedy special going viral. I saw some of the clips, and yes, they would not be allowed on YouTube because YouTube would automatically take them down. They are, though, absolutely freaking hilarious. One of the clips is a 2-minute and 34-second video of Dave Chappelle describing a particular situation where he felt very uncomfortable being around Jim Carrey, who was essentially a method actor for Andy Kaufman, how Jim Carrey wasn't breaking character, how Dave Chappelle felt uncomfortable because he always wanted to meet the real Jim Carrey and he had to pretend that it was actually Andy Kaufman. And then he likened the situation to, of course, how he personally feels about the trans community, which of course was met with a rounding amount of applause, as well as some people awing at the boldness of this joke and the humor that Dave Chappelle was using here, that of course the corporate media establishment does not like at all. And in response to this comedy special that was just launched a couple hours ago, I would say that this is an incredible way to start off the new year, especially with reactions like this from the Daily Beast that talk about how Dave Chappelle's new Netflix special, quote, proves he's learned nothing, essentially showing a very gleeful, very funny Dave Chappelle here, which this blogger, Sean L. McCarthy, doesn't find humorous at all, not finding any humor, not finding any comedy in this, even though the majority of the people watching this are laughing their butts off. Sean, though, is a very serious Susie here, as he describes how Dave Chappelle is now punching down at disabled people, and they're targeting people who, quote, are unable to fight back. And again, this hyperbolic emotional dribble, this clutching of the pearls, is a ridiculous take on someone trying to make you laugh. The whole point of comedy is to entertain people and to give them a moment of release, of happiness and laughter, which I think Dave Chappelle does very brilliantly in many ways, even though I don't align with some of his political ideas and beliefs. But his ability to poke fun at issues that the establishment wants to be sacrilegious, that the establishment doesn't want you talking about, questioning, or even observing in a true perspective, highlights a breaking of the matrix that I would say is more important than ever. And it's not just the Daily Mail here. It's also, of course, the newly woke NBC News that loves to point fingers at white people 170 years ago for moving around after the Civil War, as they wrote another absolutely insane article talking about how this was just mocking trans people. And of course, they're looking for as much outrage as they can here. And it literally feels like they are trying to stir up as much drama, as much controversy as they can. As of course, it's not just them. It's also Business Insider. It's also CNN. And the takes here are absolutely ridiculous and clearly highlighting people taking themselves way too seriously themselves, who at the same time are trying to attack and take down a black man, as they literally argue how black men need to be promoted in our society over everyone else. As of course, clearly what Dave said here was entertainment. It was humor. It was said in a way that is not supposed to be taken literally. And these news headlines taking it and taking a joke and taking him saying, I love punching down, and not putting in the whole context behind it is absolutely disingenuous and shows you just the fleeting power that they have in our modern day society that is absolutely not just insufferable, but becoming less and less powerful itself. And in my opinion, this represents fleeting power from corrupted, nasty individuals that are doing everything that they can to make sure that their view of the world is maintained no matter what. And individuals like Dave Chappelle and also Ricky Gervais, who just launched another comedy special as well, that I saw, it was absolutely incredibly offensive and incredible in itself, are pushing the Overton window, are pushing the conversation to where we need it most. They are providing a disinfectant towards a disingenuous, fake society, washing it away, spiritually cleansing it, and giving the people what they actually want. Less poop-filled streets, less political correct nonsense and crap, and more clean, natural forms of critical thinking, examination, and observation without any clear bias and bullcrap. And this is why we need to protect comedians at all costs. Whether it's Ricky Gervais, Dave Chappelle, no matter who it is, there's a reason the system, the establishment, the corporate media is launching such vicious attacks against all of these individuals, because they are the gestures. They are the powerful members of our society that have almost just as much influence as some of the most powerful people that of course, the very powerful people in our establishment are challenged by. And the more that these individuals challenge the basic notions of what can and cannot be said or expressed or represented or even thought about, the more of a likelihood, the more of a chance we have of being more free. That's my own interpretation of it. That's my own opinion of it. If you agreed with it, share this video with your friends and family members. If you disagreed with it, lay out your arguments down in the comment section below. I always appreciate another perspective that I wouldn't naturally see myself. And see you guys on LukeUnfilteredDotCom, as of course we're going to have another video right after this one. And your support and your membership is crucial towards the sustaining and survival of this independent media organization. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys actively signing up, and this is why. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org.